Hi everyone, it's Laurel here from Forever Purple Creations, and I have my good friend Ciara with me. Sorry, my throat's not working real well today. Say hi, Ciara.
Hi.
Today we are just going to have a little fun, and we are going to do some crocheting. So I'm actually going to kind of show you how to make a very simple coaster doily, and I believe Ciara is going to teach you how to make the rolled rose, Ciara.
Rolled rose.
Yes, a rolled rose. So, and then if we have time, we have a few projects we want to share with you today that we finished that we promised we'd come back on and share. So if we have time to do that, we will share those with you as well. So I am going to switch my camera and we are going to get started. See if it works the first time this time. Oh, look at that. Now I have to go pull up my webcam so I can adjust anything I need to adjust. Why does it look like it's backwards? I hate when it looks like it's backwards. I can't look at that screen. It always looks backwards. Let me pull it up on my iPad so I can watch the chat. And there's nobody here yet, so.
Okay.
I'm going to get it nice and close so everybody can see. Let's see, is that close enough? Probably need to be a little closer. I'm waiting to see if that's close enough. My, what is going on here? Why is everything so crooked? All right, let's see. Yes, you should be able to see if I stay this close. It means I'm going to have to stay really close to the camera. So yeah. I'm actually going to make a very simple, it's just called the coaster doily. It's just a round doily, and this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. So it's pretty simple. So I know last night with a couple of the girls, we went over a couple of the stitches, and I will go over a couple of the stitches with you as well. Ciara, I don't know if she's just, go ahead, Ciara.
Oh, and I was going to say that I'm going to follow along with Laurel. I don't have the pattern, but I'm just going to follow whatever she's saying. But I'm going to use my really tiny hook and do the tiny doilies so we can show you the difference between if you use a larger hook and a smaller hook and a larger string and a, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll show you the difference.
Okay. So yeah, I have, I tried to find the biggest hook I could find right now. It actually might be too big for this yarn, and this is the biggest yarn I could find. It's actually a really pretty lavender. So, oh, let's see who's here. Hi, Lee. How are you?
Hey, Lee.
She has neighbors outside, but I want to learn this or learn this. So thank you. Okay. I was like at 9 when I would, oh, that was nice. All right, so the first thing you do, and Ciara does it a little different way, but the first thing I do to make a loop is I just cross my thread over and push it through the hole and pull. So you have kind of like a slip stitch, just like that, and then you can make it smaller. It's almost like a slip stitch you would do on anything. Slip knot. There you go, slip knot. And then I just make my stitch as small as I need it to be. I like my stitches tight, but I want to leave these kind of big to show you. So the first thing you need to do for this is you need to chain 6. So I am going to make 6 chain loop spaces. So I'm just going to grab my yarn from over my finger, twirl it around my hook so I can grab it and pull it through. And that would be 1. And then I'm going to do it 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, then I'm going to get caught here. 5, get in there. See, sometimes then you have problems. 5 and one more time, which is 6. So now I have a little chain that kind of looks like a braid you would put in your hair, and it's 6 stitches long. So now that's the end of that round, and we're actually going to make a round coaster, so we need to make a circle. So we're just going to roll this over, and we're going to stick the crochet hook through the first chain stitch we made, the first part of the, as I'll say, the braid, and we're going to grab our yarn again and pull it through both those stitches, and that's going to close up our circle like that. So that is the first round. So the second round, oh, and first let me say, this is not my design. This is not my pattern. I found this pattern on Pinterest on some free patterns. So that's what I'm following. This is not anything I've ever done. I mean, I haven't made this one up or anything. I'm just trying, I tried to find a simple one for everybody. Hi, Melanie.
Hey, Melanie.
All right. So the next one is we are going to do double crochets. And to start it, being as we're so close to this thread, you want to make the stitch longer because a double crochet is longer. So our first double crochet is actually going to be a chain 3, and that's going to count as a double crochet. It kind of equals the length of what a double crochet will be. So I'm going to wrap over again and go through 3 times. As soon as I get my yarn through here, 1, 2, 3, and now I have another chain stitch that's 3 long. So now I'm going to do, let's see, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 double crochets. So there will be 20 altogether, including this chain 3 stitch. So all you're going to do is you're going to make sure your hole is open here. You're going to, for a double crochet, you always wrap over 1 time before you start. So you have 1 stitch wrapped over your
Yarn
hook.
over.
Yes, it's a yarn over. So it's like you wrap your yarn over. Then you're going to go through the center hole and you're going to yarn over again. Get my yarn over, get that piece out of my way. And you're going to bring it through the hole. So now you have three pieces of yarn on your hook, and every time you work in crochet you always go through 2. So right now we're going to yarn over again. This is how we get our yarn moving, is to yarn over. Sorry, I have a little bit of a knot there. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through 2 of the loops, and then I have 2 more loops left. So I'm going to yarn over once more and I'm going to pull through the next loop, and there's my first double crochet. So now I have 1. Go ahead, Ciara.
I was going to say, nice tip is, as you can notice that Laurel, she's keeping her, are you keeping your tail in the stitch? So you're,
yeah, sometimes I will pull it in now. Yeah, so you can kind of keep your tail around there as you're going. And then when you cut it off, it's kind of tucked into your project.
Yeah, and that way you don't have to stitch it in later on. So if you all you do is you kind of wrap your tail around the circle that you're putting your double crochets in, and then you are going pretty much over that. So you're
Hi, Michelle from Little Craft Creations. Hi, Shell Bell.
Hey, Shell.
Someone fill me in. Okay, we're doing just hi, Rose. I'm late. Yeah, Ciara's going to start again with another project, so you'll get the basic stitches. I'm doing just a basic I'm doing a basic, let me get in the camera, coaster doily. It's a pretty simple pattern. I know what the stitches are, so I can follow this. I know what it means, but I'm going to explain it to you guys as I go. So right now, I have already created my circle with my slip stitches or my chain stitches, and now I'm making my double crochets in the ring, and I've got 1 done, and I need to make 18 more. So I'm going to go through it again with you. So for a double crochet, you always yarn over 1 time, go through your hole, yarn over again, and bring it back through, so that now you have 3 stitches on your hook. Remember, with crocheting, you always go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. No matter how many stitches you end up on your hook, you always go through 2, unless you're doing like a half double crochet or a picot stitch, which we'll teach you later. So I'm going to yarn over again, go through the first 2, then I'm going to yarn over again and go through the last 2. And I have yarn that's got more than 1 layer on it, so it gets caught sometimes. So now I have 2.
So, do you want to reiterate? So what she's done so far is she's chain 6, she's slip stitched through the first chain on the chain 6. She went back 6 chains and slip stitch to make a circle, and then she chained 3 to make the first double crochet, and now
Right.
she's doing 19 more double crochets
Okay.
into the hole
And I
in the
will keep
middle.
doing them just to show them to you over and over again, just to show you what
Double crochet
why
is.
crochet always seems too confusing to me. Oh, Melanie, it does at first, but all of a sudden you'll go, oh, I get it. So I will keep going. I will keep showing you again. Now I need to go buy all this stuff. Yeah, the one thing about crocheting, Lee, is it's not that expensive, and you can pretty much get good deals on yarn and stuff and find yarn at the Goodwill and everything. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and do my third one. So I'm going
And
to
so
show you guys.
Shell, oh, do you want to?
So I'm going to show you guys again. I'm going to go over the hook. So I have one stitch yarned over the hook. I'm going to go through my center hole right here. I'm going to grab the thread again and pull it through. Now I have 3 stitches on my hook once again. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2. Now I have 2 left again. Yarn over and pull through 2 again. And now I have 3 double crochets. So I'll do a couple more slow and then I'll go fast unless you guys didn't see that.
And so Shell, it doesn't matter what size hook or what size yarn with this pattern. It's pretty much just whatever your yarn says, whatever hook size what yarn you're working with, you just use whatever hook size it says on the back on the packaging.
Yeah, that's
So
what's nice is the package usually tells you what size hook to use.
yeah. So like Laurel's using a bigger one right now, and I'm doing a smaller one. I'm doing a teeny tiny crochet thread one. And so we're going to show you the difference in sizes at the end when we're done with this.
Exactly. So if you use bigger yarn, you're going to get a bigger project. If you use smaller yarn, you're going to get a smaller project. So I'm going to keep going. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So again, I'm going to yarn over, go through my center hole, yarn over and pull a loop through. Now I have 3 on my hook again. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2. And then I have 2 left. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through those 2. And there we go. Now I've got 4. So I'm just going to keep repeating all the way around till I have all 19. So it's yarn over, go through the hole, pull it through. I have 3. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over and go through 2. And then I always pull it tight after I do it so that my stitches, like this one, I left a little big. So my analness, I would go back and pull that out and do it again, but I don't want to confuse you guys. So I'm just going to keep going. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do it again. Yarn over, go through the hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And do you see how I hold mine? I kind of keep my project in between my thumb and my first finger. And I use my middle finger to guide my thread, and my finger helps keep it tight and keeps it. So I just turn my hand and then I can yarn over. So I like to keep my hand like this. You're going to find a way that works for you. That is the hardest part, is getting your hand and figuring out how to hold your hook and your hand. I tend to hold my needle pretty light so that I can spin it in the back of my hand. If you hang on to it too tight, you'll start finding out you're having a hard time. It's easy if you can rotate your hook like this. So I've got 6. So I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yarn over, through the hole, pull up a loop. There's your 3. Go through 2. And sometimes it gets stuck, so I'm going to stop and do it again. See, that's one thing about crochet. You can actually pull it out and do it again. So yarn over, pull 1 up, go through 2, go through 2. Oh, and I'm having issues with this yarn today. There's 7. So now I'm just going to keep going. Does everybody got that stitch? Hi, Kiki.
Yeah, I would just, now that you've already teach the double crochet, I think you should just.
All right,
The
Melanie, I know it's hard if you don't have everything ready. But yes, you can at least go back and rewatch it. So I'm going to keep going. What I say I had 7.
Yeah.
So,
and then also you ladies can get your stuff ready if you want, because we're going to show how to do a rose too, if you want to be ready to follow along after.
There's.
Or else.
All right, now I got to count my stitches I just lost.
You do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8. So I'm just going to keep going through the hole, pull up a loop. go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, I should say, yarn over, go through 2, 9, yarn over, go through the hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That should be 10 now I'm on.
Yeah, and that's all double crochets, and she wants
It's all
20.
the same stitch all the way around. So now that I've showed you that, I'm going to kind of just finish the loop and then we'll go on to the next stitch. But it's
Yeah,
the
I'll
same
talk
thing
first.
every time.
Yeah, so it's like you're making a little donut. So I don't know if you guys can see how small mine is compared to Laurel's. If you can see it on the little box. That's because I'm using a little tiny hook and a little tiny thread. So it's all in what thread and what hook you decide to use. But what was I gonna say? We're by no means awesome teachers of how to do crochet. So, I mean, there is lots of videos that you guys can check out to, you know, beginner crochet, and they'll show you different stitches and different techniques and how to, and also like how to hold the yarn. See how I hold the yarn is I twist it around my pinky finger and then I go up over my pointer finger, and then I hold the project with my thumb and my pointer finger, and then the strings across that. And whenever I'm grabbing the string, I do it the same way Laurel does, which is actually funny because um, a lot of people that I watch on YouTube do it completely different. I don't know. I never have seen someone that crochets the same way that I do because normally they're holding up their middle finger and pulling the string out. So
Yeah, I
I
can't
think
do
that's
it
cool
like
that me
that.
and
I've
Laurel.
tried. I'm
Me
having
too.
issues
I think that's
getting
cool that me
stuck.
and Laurel do it the same way. But yeah, I mean, there might be a better way to hold it than we do it, but that's just the best for us. And so definitely check out other beginner crochet videos and
And
they show you everything, how to hold it, each stitch, step by step. But we hope that we can help someone learn a little bit. So Shelba, there is six chains, and then you make a ring connecting them together, and then you will do chain 3, and that will be the first double crochet, and then you'll do 19 double crochets. So the chain 3 is one double crochet, and then you do 19 more. So there's 20 total.
all right, I'm on my last one.
Rose is asking for, oh, sorry, go ahead.
She wants to the beginning again.
No, she's asking if we can do a crochet 101 class tutorial once a week.
Yeah, we could do that. I can do that. All right,
Yeah.
so there's my ring. I haven't closed it yet, but that's what it looks like. So
Looks like a little
again,
foot loop. Yeah.
it was
I
19 double crochets, but you got to remember my first one was a chain 3. That's how I started. So I actually have 20 double crochets on my ring. So now what I'm going to do is that top of the chain 3, where that top loop is, I am going to slip stitch in there to close my circle. So I'm actually going to go through the top little one of that chain
third
stitch
chain
right
up.
here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to grab the loop, and then I'm just going to bring it right back through that first loop. And there's my circle closed up, just like
Yeah.
that. One other thing I'm going to suggest to you guys is, I know you can, I'm not sure if you can see the yarn I'm using, but you probably can. There's like a purple and then the white thread running through it. Buy a simple single color thread without anything in it, because see this white thread? It keeps getting caught. So if you don't know what you're doing, you'll just get aggravated because you'll keep getting stuck. But it's the only big crochet yarn I had here at the moment, so that's why I'm using it. And it's a little easier to see the stitches on a clear one. So now if you look at my donut, my little donut, at the top of it, you're going to see what looks like an original chain stitch, like when we made the chain stitch. It looks just like a braid going around the top here. That's what you're going to go through when you do your next round. Now, I know Ciara does it a little different probably, And most patterns will tell you exactly what they want you to do. But because I'm trying to make this easier for you, I'm going to tell you to go through both sides of the braid. So it's like that. So it's like that little stitch, it's got a front and a back. So it's like if you stuck your finger through the top braid of your braid in your hair. That's what you're going to do. That's how we're going to work it. That'll just be easier. And it tends to hold my projects a little tighter when I do it that way. So that's how I'm going to teach you guys. So now it says that we are going to crochet. We're going to chain 3 once again. So I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That's our beginning double crochet once again. And now it wants us to do 2 chain spaces. So we're going to do a chain space, just a chain, 1 chain. So actually this is 4 chain stitches as your beginning one. Then you are going to do double crochet in the next double crochet, or in the next one from the previous row. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to yarn over.
I thought you said 2 chain spaces. It's only 1 chain space.
No, I did 2. It says a chain of 2. So
it's 5.
It's chain
right?
3. Right. So it's a chain 5 total. Exactly. Okay. And then you're going to put a double crochet in the next double crochet of the previous row. So that's what it means. So I'm going to go to this previous row. There is the first double crochet right there. So you can see them all. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to grab.
You're at a shot.
What?
You're at a Okay, now you're back in.
I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go through both of the little holes like I showed you guys. See, there's 2. There's 2. I went through both. I'm going to yarn over again. Now there's my 3 stitches on my hook. So I'm going to go through 2. Now I have my 2 stitches and I'm going to go through 2.
Okay, quick question. Did you just go through the next stitch?
Yeah, so what you're going to do, Ciara, now you're going to double crochet again in the next double crochet. So it's double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So you're only chain stitching in between every other one. You know what I'm saying?
2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets.
No, it's chain. Well, it didn't start like that. It's chain
2,
2 spaces, double crochet. Right, 2 double crochets. There you go. All right, so, and that's all the way around. So now I'm going to go to the next one, which is, so this one is calling for, I'll kind of show you guys on the picture here. So this is what we're working on now, the green. So here's the 5 chains that I made. This little circles mean a chain. So the first 3 count as the first double crochet, and then the 2 little ones count as your chain 2 space.
And this is all backwards, you guys, just so you know, it's showing up backwards on her.
You're seeing it backwards on YouTube?
Yeah. But it's fine. But you always go to the right. You always go, I mean, you always crochet to the left, but it's showing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Really?
It's not a big deal.
Oh yeah, right. You do crochet to the left. So yes, it is showing it this way. The pattern is backwards. You always crochet this way. So anyway, so then it's, so we'll go over here. Yeah, just pretend it's flipped. So then it's another double crochet. A double crochet is usually got 1 line through the center. That means that 1 yarn over you're doing at the beginning. Then another double crochet, then a chain 2. A double crochet, a chain 2. So you're just following this all the way around in your previous double crochets that we just did. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That's what I'm following right now. So I've got my double crochet, and then I'm going to do another double crochet in my next one. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go through the next 2 little holes, bring up a thread, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So now I have 2 of them next to each other. So now it's calling for a chain 2 space. So now I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to continue on the same path. I'm going to go through my next previous row. I'm going to draw up a yarn on my hook. So now I have 3. Draw yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And then I'm going to do another one right next to it. There's no space in between it. This is actually what's starting to make your doily bigger. This is what actually gives you the bigger space so that your doily doesn't start curling up. So we're going to continue on. We're going to go through the little braid, as I call it, yarn over, pull up a loop so that you have your 3 on there. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And I know Ciara's cranking on me over there. Let's see. Anybody say anything? Sorry, Laurel. Okay, I'm sorry, Rose. I know it's hard because I'm holding my arms up in the air, so I will try and stay in frame. So here so far we've got the double crochet with the chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So it's going to continue on that around. 2 double crochets, chain 2. See the big space it leaves in there? 2 double crochets. So now I'm going to keep going. So now I'm going to do my 2 chain spaces. 1, 2, and then I'm going to double crochet into my next double crochet of the last round, the last row. So I'm going to yarn over, go through my little braid, my double braid right there, yarn over, bring up a loop. Now I've got 3 again. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over. Oh, that one's going to get stuck. Go through 2.
It's like you're making a little wheel with spokes.
Yeah, exactly. With spaces in between the spokes.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to do it again because it's 2 double crochets next to each other. So I'm going to yarn over, go through my little braid. Got to find it. Pull up. Oh, and it's getting stuck. See, every now and then I get stuck.
And again, this is a total of 20 double crochets, and then there's 20 chains too.
Oh,
or 2.
See, every now and then I get stuck, and then I got to pull it out and do it again. So yarn over, go through, pull up a stitch if it wants to pull up and it's not wanting to. Oh my Lord. Sorry guys. Like I said, this is not a good yarn to start with. There we go. So I've got my 3 stitches on there. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. There we go. So there. So now I've got my 2 double crochets. So now I'm going to do my 2 chains. 1, 2. Ciara's probably waiting on the next round already.
You're fine.
I just want to make sure they understand what I'm doing. I wish I had a simpler yarn to show you guys with. But unfortunately, I'm always working with small yarns, so I don't usually work with this yarn anymore. So I gave it all to my daughter.
Yeah.
I give her the hard yarn to work with.
Yeah, that's why I think beginners, you guys should go and get some of that peaches and cream cotton yarn at Walmart, because cotton yarn isn't as frizzy and it's almost, I think, easier to use.
All right, so then I'm doing my chain 2. I want to make sure I'm in frame, so I kind of put my elbows on the table. Now I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go through my next one, pull up a loop so that I have my 3. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Deanna. Did I say hi to Deanna? Have I said hi to everybody? Kiki, Deanna.
Hi, Kiki, Vanessa, Deanna.
All right, so now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to yarn over, go through my next double crochet, pull up a loop, go through. So I've got my 3, so I'm going to go through 2 and go through 2.
Yep.
And there we go.
It's looking good.
So I'm just going to continue in this manner until I get around to the other side. So I'm going to chain 2. So the stitch is actually chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and you're just going to keep doing that all the way around into the previous ones of that little braid stitch I told you.
You don't skip.
We're going to do it again.
You don't, no skipping of anything.
Yes, you're not skipping any stitches. So now we're going to yarn over and go again. And this thread is starting to really annoy me. And we're going to do one more. So it's yarn over, pull up a loop, which we're going to go do, pull up a loop. Oh, and then you drop it all because pulling too hard. So I have my 3 stitches, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over. And if do you guys watch my needle, I turn it this way when I'm here, and then I switch it to grab the yarn. So it starts here, and then I switch it, and I grab the yarn and pull it through. And then I turn it back the other way to make sure it all stays on there. So it's all about learning how to move your needle and stuff. You'll first start where you'll be moving your hands and everything, because that's how I used to do it too. And once you get going, you'll figure out what works best for you, and you'll just start flying through it. It's really not too hard once you get going. So 1, I mean, when I first learned, I had to read the stitches out of a book. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I'm like, I don't get this. What am I doing? What are they saying? And finally, after just keep trying, I'd be like, oh, okay, now I get what they're saying. So I learned a lot of stitches. I just taught myself all the stitches when I was younger. And I used to make little squares of all the stitches. So there's my chain 2. And I'm going to continue on. Yarn over, go through 2, go through 2. Then we're going to another double crochet. So the same thing, yarn over, and I keep getting stuck. Go through 2, go through 2. Oh my goodness. Don't ever use the yarn Laurel's using. How about that?
Yeah, it's a pretty yarn. It's gonna look beautiful when it's done, but yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
It's a pain to work with. So now I got to repeat these 2 because it just kept getting stuck.
That's why I definitely recommend using the cotton yarn.
Yes, I wish I had a plain yarn here, but I know I don't. I do in storage, but I don't have any here. So we're just gonna try and suffer through with what I'm doing.
I like buying that peaches and cream just to make big roses with.
These are the issues you will sometimes have when you're crocheting. Stuff will get stuck, and what's good is you can just pull it back out and do it again. And if I could get it to go through, I would be, there we go, got it through. Phew. All right, so space and then 2 double crochets. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to continue on again. So I'm going to chain 2. And I'm going to continue with my 2 double crochets. If I could crank along really fast with this yarn, it'd be nice, but I can't. Am I still in frame? Another double crochet. I'm trying to keep my elbow planted so that I don't go out of frame. Oh my gosh, come through.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
There's my 2. Let's see anybody else come in.
Lost and gone forever. Hi, Claire.
My chat must be going really slow. Hi, Claire. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just me thinking it's going slow.
All
right.
And Kiki says, hi, Melanie. I had so much fun earlier. Honored to be receiving a piece made by you. Aw. Oh, no, we went on the same time as what's her face? Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Oh, what is going on? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This thread is stuck. All right, there we go. Got it. All right, so another double crochet, and I'm almost around. Ciara's sitting there waiting, going, give me the next stitch already.
I already started the next stitch because I remember what it looked like.
You did?
Yeah,
How?
I need the 4th row though. Because you showed it and I remembered what it was.
All right, I'll show it to you again. Hold on. All right. Here, I got to show this to Ciara real quick. Ready, Ciara?
Where's the beginning? Okay. 1,
got
2,
it?
4, 5, 6. Yep, I got it.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do my chain 2 again. Chain 2. And bring it through. And now I'm going to do 2 double crochets again. Oh, I am just having not fun with this thread at the moment. Or this yarn, I should say. I don't know why I keep calling it thread. It's not thread, it's yarn. All right, there's one, and then that should be the last one, right? How does the last one end? Yes, it ends with one, and then we are going to, we're not going to slip stitch? I'm confused.
Yeah, slip stitch and the chain 3 up. Slip stitch and the
All
third
right,
chain up.
so because I have a chain 2 over here and a chain 2 over here, these are the two, the original chain 3 and this last one that need to come together to make the circle complete. So I'm going to do a slip stitch in the top of that stitch again, the top of the third
chain
one,
up.
1, 2, 3, the third chain up.
Sorry.
And I'm going to just draw over and pull it through both stitches just to close the circle like that. There you go. And there's the next row. So we're actually getting there. So we have this chain 2 space in between every other one all the way around, just like that. So now for our next row, we need to chain in one. So I think I need to flip this because now I'm getting confused because it's showing the picture backwards. Okay. Yeah, I need to flip it.
Jade is here.
Looking at it backwards. Do you need to flip it, Ciara? Because I'm looking at mine and it looks like you need to flip it out. Well, I can't.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
I
what
see.
you do is you just slip stitch into the chain 2 space. Slip
Oh,
stitch into the
okay.
chain 2 space. And then
Okay.
chain 3.
So I need to get over here. So the way you get over here to your next stitch, this next double crochet over here, is I'm over here and I need to get here. So you just slip stitch your way over there. So I'm going to slip stitch into here.
Okay, I love you.
And then I'm going to do it one more time.
Okay.
So for the chain 2 space, I'm going to slip stitch twice. It's not cooperating with me. And then I'm going to slip stitch into this first double crochet. So I'm going to go underneath both the 2 little braid things right here, a thread through all the way through, so that now I'm over here.
Well,
So
no,
now
no, no.
What?
You're supposed to, in that chain 2 space, that's where you're supposed to do. You're supposed, once you get into that, once you slip stitch into that chain 2 space, you chain up 3, and then
That's
you
not
do a
how this
double
picture is
crochet.
showing it.
Yeah,
See?
see the chain. Yeah, I know. See, so you slip stitch, and then in the chain 2 space,
Oh,
you
that's
do
why I said
a
I need
chain
to
3.
turn my project. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do this, or I'm going to be all confused. All right, guys, ignore what I just said. Because this pattern is printed backwards, I'm now starting to get myself confused here. So
Yeah. So all you do, honey, is you slip stitch into the chain 2 space, and then you just chain 3. That's it.
Oh, okay. So slip stitch into here and chain 3.
Yep, chain
1,
3.
2. But I can't because then I have a space and there shouldn't be a space. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, no, this is right. Just listen to me, and then do.
Oh my gosh, this thread is like on my nerve right now. It's not cooperating at
See, because
all.
look at if you can see mine at all,
All right,
Laurel.
hold on. I'm going to stop and look at yours in a minute because I'm having issues. See, guys, this is the issues. This is the struggles of crocheting.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. Don't be like Laurel.
You're not, but you're going into the space like all
Okay.
together. You're not going into the individual chains. You're just going into that little like loop, just like you
This
did.
space right here.
Yeah. So you're just like going into the loop and
Okay.
slip stitching.
Okay.
Okay. And then you chain 3,
Okay.
2, 3, and then you yarn over and then double crochet once into that same chain space.
That's
Yarn over.
okay. Okay.
Same
I see.
pull.
All right.
Okay. And then you
There
chain
we
2
go.
and then 2 more double crochets in that space. That's it.
Okay. So chain 2. So now we're making what is called a V stitch. This is called a V stitch. So I'm going to do it one more time and then I'm going to show you guys on the next one. Because it's called a V stitch because it kind of looks like a V.
Yeah. Because
you're making.
you're preparing for the scallops on top. That's what you're doing.
Right. So see how it looks? It's a two double crochets, chain two double crochets, and you're doing this in this chain two space from the previous row. This again is helping your doily grow. So this is what it kind of looks like right here. It's two double crochets, two chains, two double crochets. So you see how it looks like a V stitch? It kind of is making it spread out. It's setting us up for this up here, but it's also helping your doily grow and have the right spacing.
This makes me angsty.
Hi, Jada.
Sorry, guys. Sorry that
This
we should
makes
have picked an easier pattern.
I'm giving Rose anxiety. Rose, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to give anybody anxiety. This is actually supposed to be very, very calming and soothing, but for Laurel, it's not working that way today. So I'm going to show it to you again. So we are working over here in this chain two space right here. So we are just going to yarn over because we want these stitches to stay together. There's no spaces. We're going to go through the little hole, draw up so that we have our 3 stitches, yarn over and go through 2, and then we have 2, yarn over and go through 2 more. And it was working very nicely for me for a second. That's our first double crochet. So we're going to continue on for our V stitch. We need 1 more. So we're going to yarn over, go through the big hole, draw up a loop. Let me get some yarn. Draw up a loop so that we have 3. Go through 2 and go through 2. Just like, oh my goodness, just like that. If you don't get caught on this white thread that's in the way all the time. It's making me crazy. Try this again.
We're such
Yarn
great
over,
teachers, you know.
go through the hole, bring it up. Hey, I'm showing them all the problems that can happen. Go 2 more. There you go. Now you've got your 2 again. So now we chain 2. And we're going to do 2 more. Oh, this thread, I'm telling you. We're going to do 2 more in the same space, just like this one, to make the V stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, go through the big hole, draw up, have 3 on my hook, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, and pull. And there you go. Now we're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, go through the big hole, draw up. We have 3 on there. Yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. And there we have another V stitch. See, we've got another one. Do you see how we've got the little shape starting to form? And then you see all these big loose pieces because Laurel's yarn is making her crazy. So now we're going to continue. We're going into the next one over here. So we're going to yarn over, go through the big hole and draw up. Now we've got 3. Go through 2 and go through 2 more. As soon as you get that little piece of yarn out of your way. And there you go. There's 1. Pull me some yarn. Yarn over, go through the big hole, draw up, go through 2. And then it falls off the hook sometimes. And go through 2 more. Just like that. And now we make our chain 2 space because we're making our V stitch.
V stitch.
Oh my goodness, if my yarn cooperates, I will make a V stitch. It's not being my friend today.
Jill, is there O chain between the V stitch? Yeah, there's 2 chains.
2 chains.
It's 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets in each chain 2 space around. 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets in each chain 2 space. And that's the V stitch that Laurel's talking about.
Laurel keeps getting stuck on this stupid thread. It's not being my friend today.
Oh.
All right, got it. So see, there's my next V stitch. So just like Ciara said, it's 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets, all in that same hole. So now we're going into that next chain 2 space or hole, whatever you want to call it, of the last round. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 2 double crochets, a chain 2, 2 double crochets, all inside this stitch, this hole right here. So we're going to start again. We're going to yarn over and go through and draw up a stitch, go through 2, go through 2, and pull it tight. Then we're going to go again, yarn over, go through. Cam! Sorry, guys. I need my daughter for a second. You have 3 on here. Go through 2. Oh, let me get it. And go through 2. So there's the first 2, and then we're going to chain 2. As soon as I get it unstuck. And then we're going to draw up, go through 2, and go through 2. And there's, oh, one more double crochet in that one. Yarn over, go through 2, and go through 2. And now we have our next V-stitch. So I got to put down for 1 second, guys. Hold on. Whatever she said is here, pizza or something.
Yeah, ladies.
Sorry about that. So see how it looks so far? Doesn't it look pretty so far? So let's see. I am the only one in the family that knows how to crochet. Yes, Claire, I know every single lady in my family knows how but me. Aw, Rose, we will get you crocheting, Rose. Don't you worry. I taught my daughter when she was 6, and she picked it up really quickly. Okay, so I'm going to continue on for those of you that didn't get it. All right, so we're going into the next one. We're making another V-stitch. So we're yarning over, going through the hole, and pulling up the yarn so that we have 3 on our hook. Yarn over, go through 2. There's that stupid white yarn again. That's not my friend today. Yarn over and go through 2. And there you go. You have a double crochet. We need 1 more. Yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2. And then we chain 2. 1, 2. And then we're going to make 2 more to finish our V-stitch. Yarn over, go through 2. Oh, this yarn is not my friend here. Yarn over, go through 2, go through 2, and pull. Sorry, I got to pull mine because it keeps getting stuck. 1 more. So we're going to yarn over, go through 2, go through 2. Cam. Oh, never mind. Oh, see? And then you can just, if you make a mistake, you just pull it out and you do it again. Like I keep having to do. And then go through 2 again. Pull. And there's our next V-stitch. So we're almost all the way around. So I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just going to show you guys. LOL, I'm laughing so much. I'm about to cry. Oh my God. Am I that bad, Rose, at teaching you how to crochet?
No.
I feel really bad, like I'm not doing it right, or she's just... The struggle is real, right, Rose?
The struggle is real.
All right, so I'm going to try one more time here. So we're going into the next big one. She'll at least learn a good double crochet. So we're going to yarn over 1 time, go through the hole, bring up a stitch.
Our numbers are dropping, my dear. They're like, what the fuck are... Oops, sorry for swearing. Our numbers are dropping. They're like, what the heck are we watching?
We're watching Laurel try.
What the heck is this lady trying to do here?
She's like, they're probably like, God, does this lady even know how to crochet?
Yeah, you know.
Why is she trying to teach it if she doesn't know how to do it?
8, 4, 5, 6. I know. I promise she knows how to crochet like really good.
I do.
Just not with big yarn.
Just
Me
not
too.
with this yarn. It is not my friend at
I
all.
hate big yarn. She's into the small stuff, just like me. But it's
I
really
would
hard to see
rather
the
use this stuff, guys, and show you, but you would never be able to see the stitches. So
yeah,
I had to use something bigger to kind of give you the idea. But yes, I do know how to crochet.
you promises.
I would not try and teach you something I did not know how to do. So I'm just continuing on here. Ugh, fighting with my yarn. That's not my friend. Yep, I'm just fighting with my yarn. That
The
is
yarn
just
is
not
being evil.
yarn is just not my friend today.
You said no, L'Oreal. It's just me, not you.
Oh. All right, so we're going to make our chain 2. Then we're going to continue with our last 2 double crochets to make our V-stitch. Oh my goodness. And just think, guys, one more round and then you'll be done with me, and then we'll be on to Ciara, and I'm sure hers will go a lot smoother than mine is going right now.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine, my glitter. You're fine.
All right, so there we go. There's another V-stitch. So I've only got 3 more to go. So, because see, 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to keep continuing with our double crochet, chain 2, or 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, chain 2. I can't even chain 2 without having an issue. Jeez. And 2 double crochets.
Dang, evil yarn. Claire called it evil yarn.
It is evil yarn. It may be pretty and purple, but it's not being my friend today. Phew, made it through that one. So we're going to do another one.
And witty and red.
Rose is probably like, wait, you're going too fast now. I'm just trying to get done with this stitch, Rose. It just has not been a joy today. Chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2. Every time I chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets.
We'll name our videos "Play with Yarn with Me," not crochet.
Right, exactly.
And play with yarn.
Playing with evil yarn. Pretending to crochet. Well, that's why I put in the video, I put Ciara and I will be teaching beginning crochet, LOL. Because, you know.
I know. I'm like, don't put that we're like really teaching it, because I don't want people to think that we're actually like know what we're doing. Well, I mean,
But
we
we
know
do
what we're
know
doing.
what we're doing.
We're not good teachers. Well, I mean, I don't think I'm a good teacher, but I mean, I hope people aren't like, like they look up this video and a couple years and they're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? I'm not learning.
Hey, if anything, they got amused. All right, I made it to the end. So now I am going to, once again, to close this stitch, I am going to slip stitch in the
Third chain up.
In the top of the 3rd chain up. So I'm going to just run my needle through it, grab my yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through the other stitch, and it's all closed. And that's what we've got so far.
You want me to explain the next one to you now?
Yes, explain the next one to me.
Okay.
Let me see.
So now I know it says to do something else, but don't do this. So what you do is you yarn over, and then double crochet into the chain 2 space over, and the next one over. Okay. And then do 6 more of those. So there's 7.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 7 double crochets into this chain 2 space, and it's going to make it look like this fan. See that?
Yeah.
Just like that.
I don't know why.
So
I followed this pattern a million times and I never do it the way it says it does because it's way makes it way too difficult to do it that stupid way. How they're like, oh,
Chain
slip
over.
stitch over 10 times and do
Right,
this and that. Why
exactly.
not just do the double crochet?
1, look at this. I can't even get through a double crochet without an issue here. I don't know why this yarn is not being friendly. 2. It's like you have to crochet with it super loose. 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. And then I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll explain it to you when we get to the next one. 6. See how it makes that nice little fan? Now see how it's lifted up here? We're actually going to drag it over, right, Ciara? I'm just going
Go
all
to
the
the
way over.
middle. No, not to the next chain space. You do it in the middle. You do in the
Oh, a single crochet in between
yeah.
here. So
Yeah, in
I'm
between
going to
the
do,
two
see this
bars.
little space in between here? That's not really a space. I am going to do a single crochet, right?
Yeah, single
So
crochet.
you're a single crochet, you don't yarn over. We're just going to go through the loop, bring up a loop so that we have 2 on the
In
hook,
the
and then
hole.
we're going to yarn over and go through both. And that is a single crochet. And then we're going to continue on now in this
Next chain
chain 2
space.
space, and we're going to do our 6 double crochets. So again,
7.
7 double crochets. Oh, I only did 6, I think.
But you did the chain 3 in the beginning, so it should have been 7 altogether.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
You
yeah, you're
didn't tell
supposed to
me
have
to chain
7.
3.
Oh, well, you can just do 6. It doesn't really matter.
4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I have it. All right.
Okay.
So we are going to yarn over. Double crochet always consists of yarning over once. Go through the hole, draw up. We have 3 on the hook. Go through 2 and go through 2. Like that. And we're going to do that 7 times. So we're going to yarn over, go through the hole, draw up, go through 2, go through 2. Yarn over, go through the hole, draw up. Now we have 3. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And get stuck like me on that stupid white yarn. So now we've got 1, 2, 3. So we need 7. Let's see. What kind of yarn is Ciara using? She wants to know what kind of yarn you're using.
It's actually vintage yarn that I got from my grandma, but it's just pretty much like you can use and or what's the one that you normally use called the 20, the one that we get from
Hold on. Hold on.
it's
I have
called
to look at one with the package. I'll show them. Oh,
but anyways, the one I'm using is this one right here, which is it's a vintage yarn because I have so many things of it, and it's called Knit Crochet J&P Codes. It's Boil Fast USA. It's actually a vintage yarn that my grandma, she bought like seriously like 15 cases, and each case had like 9 balls of it in it, and so I inherited that, and I love this yarn. It's actually thinner than the normal 10 gauge yarn, so I like to use it a lot on a lot of my things.
so this is what most of us use that you can find, and they're actually starting to come back out with it again in beautiful colors and everything. It was gone for a long, long time, but I guess crocheting is becoming popular again, and it's coming back out.
Aunt
So I just
Linda's.
got this gorgeous, deep, like a very shiny purple. It's so pretty. But this is Aunt Lydia's Crochet Thread Classic 10. So this is just like this one, but it's purple and it's the size 10. And this is the stuff I work with most of the time. So once you start knowing how to make your stitches on here, then you can try starting it for the smaller ones for making doilies and stuff. So I finished my second one, but do you see the nice the nice little fan stitch it's doing around the edge. So we're just going to continue that around and then we will be done. This is a pretty simple coaster doily.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue with doing my 7 double crochets to make my little fan. If I could get through one without my yarn getting stuck. So there's one. It's like I got to keep it super loose. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably out of frame again.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I'm just getting stuck everywhere.
Evil yarn, evil yarn. Your yarn is so
6
evil.
and one more. And then we will have our next one done. So
Yeah.
Rose, do you got that? Do you have the double crochet down or do you want me to keep explaining it as I'm going around?
Well, you've already kind of showed, because the whole thing's made out of double
Of course
crochets.
it's purple, Kiki, and it's a new purple and I love it.
It's beautiful. Deep, dark purple.
Rose, now you're confusing Rose because you're like, I thought you were using peaches and cream. That's what you showed us first, Ciara.
That's what you're supposed to use. Laurel's screwing us all up by using this fuzzy.
No, Ciara, when we switched to her, she's using something else right now to show you the different sizes that you'll get with the different size thread. But when Ciara makes her rose, she is going to use the big thread and then I'm going to use small thread just to show you the difference. So we're kind of switching off just
what I'm doing what I'm doing right now is I'm just using small thread just to show you the difference in size.
Kiki's like, that's okay, Rose. They like to fool us sometimes.
I'm gonna use the peaches and creams. I mean, because I'm the small screen, I figure you guys can't even really see me or even looking at me. So that I'm just kind of.
I'm gonna show you a boo-boo just to show you how easy it fixes. See how when I did this one and then I made that single crochet, I got to this one and didn't do it. So now I'm just going to pull it out just like that to where I need it to be. I'm going to continue with my single crochet. Then I'm going to continue with my 7 double crochets.
Rose, I wish you could come on with us. Do you have a camera? Because I think it'd be better almost if you were on the panel too, because you could, be like, wait, hold on, go back, show me again, So everybody else, if they're actually learning, they would learn with you because we both know what's going on. But it'd be nice to have someone on here that doesn't know what's going on and they're going to be watching along. So Rose, can you come on Hangouts with us? Do you have a laptop? So you can just talk to us and you don't
There's my
gotta
next 7. Now I'm not going to forget my single crochet this time.
watch you don't gotta constantly
just to bring my loop down to the end to make it do that scalloped stitch. Oh, Kiki's like, Rose, did you call Laurel sis? Jada and I call each other sis. Yes, Rose has told me yesterday that she considers me her little sister, so she is going to call me little sis.
Aww.
Rose says she fools herself. All right, Rose, let me know if you don't have the double crochet. I will show you it again.
Yeah, or come on with us. You should just
I will continue to go over it. For a double crochet, you always want to yarn over once for a double crochet. Then you're going to go through whatever you're working on. Right now we're working on through this chain 2 space. You want to go through and draw up some thread so that you have 3. Then you're going to yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2, and that makes a double crochet. So then we're just going to continue on. We're going to yarn over, go through the center hole, draw up a stitch so that we have 3, go through 2, and go through 2. Then we have 2. Now we're going to just continue that. Yarn over, go through the center, draw up a stitch so that we have 3 on. If you don't have 3 on when you're doing a double crochet, you forgot to yarn over at the beginning. So you always want to draw up and then have 3. So then we're going to yarn over and draw through 2 so that we have 2 left. Yarn over and draw through 2 more. And we're going to keep doing that. Yarn over, go through the stitch, draw up, go yarn over and go through 2, and yarn over and go through 2. I was doing really good for a minute. There we go.
You're in a
Yep.
roll.
Now we have 4. So we're going to do it again. Yarn over, go through the hole, draw up a stitch, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. So yarn over, go through the hole, draw up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's 6. Now we need 1 more.
Sorry.
Yarn over, go through the hole, draw up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Everybody's probably like, stop saying it. You're getting me all screwed up. So now we're going to do our single crochet in between here before we start our next little fan.
I'm trying to think of so there's a really good crochet teacher, that the lady that I learned all the stitches from, and her name is Happy Berry Crochet. Check her out. She's a really good teacher.
Oh, she says she will do it another day. She's really shy. Rose, do not be shy. You don't have to be seen.
You don't even have to show your face. You can just talk
face.
to us and see us. You can turn off the camera. You don't even have to do it. I mean, you can just turn the camera off, sweetie. All you'll do is we'll only hear your voice. Do it, Rose. Do it, Rose.
Exactly.
You can do it.
Be brave.
Peer pressure, peer pressure, 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 pressure. Sorry, I'm in a weird
All right, so
mood.
I'm going to continue around. I'm now going to do my 7 double crochets again in my next one. I'm going to see how fast I can get 7 of them done really quick here. So we can switch to Ciara and watch Ciara make a beautiful flower.
Yes, 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 yes. You're making a beautiful little doily.
I'm trying.
Coaster doily. But these little doilies are super cute to just, put in your projects, and they're just cute. Cutie patootie. So again, how this whole thing started out, I'll repeat the pattern. You chain 6, slip stitch into the first chain to make a circle. Okay, and then you chain 3, and that counts as 1 double crochet, and then you do 19 more double crochets into the center ring that you made with the slip stitch. So now you have 20 double crochets altogether, counting the chain 3 that was considered a double crochet. And then what you do is at the end of your 20th double crochet, you will slip stitch into the 3rd chain up of the first chain 3 that you made. And once you do that, then you'll chain 3 up again, and then you will chain 2, so you'll chain 5 altogether, and then you do a double crochet into the next stitch over to your right. Okay, and then how it will go from there is you'll do another double crochet into the next stitch, and then you will chain 2 again, and then you do 2 more double crochets, and you're doing 1 in each stitch around. It's 2 double
Kiki
crochets,
wants to
chain
know,
2.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Kiki wants to know, first let me read this. Girls, I get the chain part and the double stitch. Watching you closely is helping me to understand. Okay, I'll go slow for the last couple ones, Rose, to show you again. Kiki wants to know, so there are 3 steps in a double crochet. Let's see. So it's a yarn over, go through your project, draw up. Yes, so it's basically once you have the 3 on here, so it's the draw up, go through 2, go through 2. So yes, it's a 3-step process. Actually 4 if you count all the stitches, but it's yarn. Always a double crochet is 1 yarn over before you start. So it's almost like you have 2 stitches on before you start. And then you're going to go through your project or whatever you're working on, draw up so that you have 3. You always want 3 with a double crochet. Then you're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And then you're just going to continue. So like if I just went through now and then drew up, I only have 2 stitches. That's not going to make a double crochet. That's going to make a single crochet. So you always got to remember you want to have 2 stitches on your hook to start with. So you've got 2, you've yarned over. Now you're going to go through, draw up, and now you have 3, what you're supposed to have. Draw through 2, and then yarn over and draw through 2. And there, and then we'll do it again. So you're going to yarn over. You're going to go through your stitch, draw up a piece of the yarn. You have 3 on here. Yarn over and draw through 2. Yarn over and draw through 2. Where did that come from? And we're going to keep continuing doing that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to yarn over to have 2. Go through my stitch, yarn over again and draw up a piece. I've got 3. So I'm going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. And do you see how I use my finger to help me? I have my thread right here, but I always use my middle finger to help me draw up my yarn. So we're going to continue on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 2 more. So we're going to yarn over, go through the hole, draw up some yarn so that we have 3. Yarn over, draw through 2, 2 left, yarn over, draw through 2. And there you go. Now we got to do 1 more. So we're going to yarn over, go through our hole and draw up a loop. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over and go through 2. If I can go through 2 because I'm stuck. There we go. And then we have our 7. So now we're going to do our single crochet right here to make our fan point down and get that nice scalloped edge we have going on. It just pulls the whole thing tight. So we're going to, now for just a single crochet, we don't yarn over. So we just go through, pull up, and see how we only have 2? That's a single crochet. And then we yarn over and draw through both 2. And pull it tight. And then it makes the fan tight on both sides.
Yeah. So you want that nice scalloped
Exactly.
edge.
From single
Almost like a
loop,
flat flower.
yarn over, then through hole, yarn over, then pull through 2, yarn over, through 2, ending with the single loop. That's exactly right, Kiki. Exactly. So it's a yarn over to start, like you said. Yarn over, go through your stitch, draw up a loop. There's 3. Yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. And that is how you make a double crochet. We're going to do it again. Yarn over, go through your stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2. We have 2 left, yarn over, go through the last 2. And that completes your double crochet. So it's yarn over, go through your stitch, pull up, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And that's completed the 3rd one. So you just keep going like that. It's kind of just repetitive. And once you start doing it, it'll start sticking in your head, and you'll know exactly when you make a mistake too, because I always know when I make a mistake. First of all, you can see it. It'll be a different size 4.
Another thing that's really important about crocheting is keeping your tension. I mean, it's all
Yes.
about how everybody does it differently, but tension is a big part too, like how much you're keeping tension and know when to loosen it and everything. So
Yeah, if you do it way too tight, like if I tried to do this one tight, I would never get it done because this other thread is making it impossible. So that's
yeah,
why I keep getting stuck, because I keep making it tight. But you also don't want your project too loose. Like you don't
yeah,
want a big giant chain 6. You want all your stitches kind of the same size. So
yeah.
it's
You
all
want it
on,
even.
right.
Yeah.
It's all on how tight you hold your thread. But what I always do is, like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a double crochet. So I yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2. And then that's when I tighten my stitch. Now I pull it tight so that I know once I've done this to everyone, they will all be the same size. So I'm going to yarn over, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, and pull my stitch tight. I just grab onto here and then I pull like this to pull it tight. Then I'm going to keep going. Yarn over, go through 2. Oh,
Does your web? I'm sorry.
what?
Does your webcam have a microphone on it? Is that
Yeah, why?
why we can hear you? Oh, I don't know. I just
Yes,
thought
it
about.
has a microphone on it, and I'm sitting right underneath it, so that's why you can hear me.
Oh no, I was just wondering because I didn't know because I don't have a webcam, so I was just wondering how it works.
The first video I made, or the first one that was quiet, it's because my webcam, I didn't have it turned on, and it was my laptop, so I was far
Yeah.
away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. And we are almost done with this doily, girls. And then I'm into my last one, but first I'm going to do my single crochet. I don't want to forget to pull my fan down tight. I call this a fan stitch right here, or I think they call it a shell stitch.
Yeah,
It kind of looks like a shell. I call it a fan stitch, but we have one more to go. How you doing over there, Rose? Yes, we are on the last row, Shell. All right, so I'm going to do my last one. So we're going to yarn over, go through, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And we're just going to continue that on, and I keep getting stuck. So that's 3, 4. Feel like a bug just fell on me. 5. I hate that feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And last one. 7. So now again, to close it, we're going to go to our beginning chain 3, or yes, our beginning chain 3 over here. We're going to go through the stitch, and we're going to draw the thread and just pull it through and pull it through and close the stitch up. And there we go, guys. That's what it looks like. Now, depending on the size thread you make, if you want to make a whole bunch of different ones of these, you can use different yarn and different size threads and different size needles, and just keep practicing with the same stitch, and they will all come out looking a little different because of the sizes you're using. So I'm just going to close this off. So the way you close this off to make this knot loose is you want to cut your thread. So I'm going to leave it a little long because you want to sew it in. So I'm going to cut my thread, and then you're going to just draw over, pull it through, and pull tight. And then what you can just do is you can just kind of grab your needle and weave this through here like this, and weave it through your stitch back and forth. That's what I always do. I just kind of weave mine through with my needle and kind of hide it. You just want to hide it in a few stitches.
I'll be back. Ouch.
Yeah, because you're on in a minute.
Yeah.
And then just kind of keep weaving it through your stitches a little bit. And then you can just cut it off. It doesn't have to be a lot, just so the end of it doesn't stick out. Oh my gosh, I can't even, this yarn is just a nightmare to work with. I'm glad I'm working with some different yarn the next one. I will make sure I have different yarn when we come on to do something else with you guys. So there, I've just weaved it through a few stitches and I'm just going to cut it off. And there you go. And it's actually really pretty yarn and it's really nice and soft. Yay, you made it, a sweet doily. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Claire. Did you make it, Shell? Did you make one?
If we share them, you want to see them.
Yes, if you made one, make sure you share. But see, I did something wrong here. I didn't draw my thing down. So see, there's always a spot to make error. You can see it right there where I did my 2 stitches and it didn't pull it down here because I didn't do my single crochet. So it looks a little wonky, but that's okay. I can always pull this out, tie some more together and redo it and fix that, which I think I will, just because I think this turned out really pretty. It's just a really pretty colors. I know you can probably only see the one color, but it does have this purple, shimmery purple and this shimmery white in it. And then I have to cut off my yarn here, which I did wind around here when we were doing our original stitch. So Ciara is going to be up next and show us how to make something very pretty. And I'm going to get my needle. And I'm going to make one right along with her. But so see, I'm going to go to this tiny little needle. So I'm going to switch to Ciara. Yeah, you can see my boo-boo I made really bad. All right, and Ciara is on. Now show them how pretty yours look.
So see, I made 2 little ones, but see, like they're the same exact doily, but they're just way smaller because I used a way smaller thread and a way smaller needle. You can see, or a crochet hook. Okay, so now I'm moving on to, I couldn't find, so this yarn that I have, it calls for a size, so if you can see on this yarn pack, why is it so blurry?
You're fine, it doesn't look blurry.
Oh, it calls for a size 7, or so, sorry, a size 5mm H or 8 size hook, and I cannot find my H hook. I can find my G hook or my I hook. Or wait, it says H on here. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. I did find my H hook. I thought this was too big, but I guess they want to do it that way. So last night, this rose right here, I made with my G hook. So we'll see how much bigger this rose is going to be.
That's right,
with
Kiki.
The other bigger hook. Okay, so now I got my big fat yarn. So I'm hoping this will be easy. So how I do a slip stitch is I hold the yarn, I put my thumb against my middle finger, I pull the yarn over the top of my pointer finger, and then I twist it so I can cross it right there, okay? Once I've crossed the yarn like that, I stick my needle under the cross and I grab the yarn and I pull it under and then like this, and that's my slip knot. And now I got my slip knot to start my crocheting, okay? And then what I do,
Ciara. Shell, I shared it in Glue Gun Chronicles. I shared it in Kiki's group. I shared it in Flare by Me. I shared it on my page.
no, they're wondering what group she shares the doily she made in.
Oh, what group? Oh, I'm sorry. You can share it. You can share it in any of the groups. You can share it in Flare by Me and Glue Gun Chronicles. Anywhere you want to share it, I'll see it. We'll see it. We're in all the groups.
or even on your own page, whatever you want to do. We
Right.
would love to see it though. So then what I do once I have the slip stitch on my knot, then I get my hands ready. So I take my pinky and I twirl the string around, and then I grab it with my pinky and my ring finger. And then I take my thumb and I place it against the knot, which is the slip stitch, and my pointer finger against that. So that's how I hold it, okay? And sorry, so I grab it like this, and then I put my pointer finger under the yarn, and then I grab a hold of the tail, and this is the tail right here. So that's how I start, and that's how I hold my stuff steady to make it so it's tight. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 25, okay? So I'm going to go under the yarn, grab hold of it, pull through the loop. So that's chain 1. Go under the yarn, pull through the loop, chain 2. Under the yarn, pull through the loop, chain 3. Under the yarn, pull through the loop, chain 4, 5, 6, 7. And you see when I'm going up, each time I'm going up right here, I'm moving my fingers to hold it. Each time I do a chain, I go up with my fingers. So I'm chaining, okay? And then I put my finger right here to steady it, and then I move my fingers up to hold it. Okay? So again, pulling through the chain, hold it right here, pull up, hold it right here, pull up, hold it right here, pull up. So you can kind of see how I'm controlling the yarn on the hook. So that's just a regular chain stitch. We're doing 25 of those. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 19 chains so far. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. So now I got 25 chains. Okay. That's what my chains, and they're not perfect, which for this, it's not a big deal. It's not as important as it is with, or it would have been with the doily, because we're going to be covering all this. Okay. So I skipped my first. So this is my first chain from my hook right here. This chain is the first chain from my hook. I go to the second chain from my hook, which is this chain. And see, there's a bottom and a top. And I'm only going to be going into the top loop, not the bottom. So I'm going to take my hook, go on the second chain, which is the top loop, and I'm going to put my hook through that chain
Can I
right
stop you a
there.
second, Ciara? Did I need
Yeah.
to do one extra loop or no? Or
No,
just
25 is the one
okay.
extra.
Okay.
Yeah. So you only need 24, but we do 25 for the extra loop that you need.
Okay.
Okay. And then you grab the yarn and you pull through that loop, and now you got two loops on your hook, and we're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to again yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and that is a single crochet. And we're going to do 24 single crochets. So again, a single crochet is, I'm going to hold this yarn on the hook, and I'm going to go through the next top loop of the next stitch. Okay, and I'm going to yarn over, grab the yarn, pull through that loop, and I got 2 loops on the crochet needle again. And I'm going to yarn over again, and then I'm going to pull through those 2 loops. So again, we are going to go through the next top loop of the third chain, and we are going to pull through, and then we're going to yarn over again and pull through the 2 loops. Go into the loop, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over again, pull through the 2 loops. Go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through the loop, and we yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Again, all the way across, which will be 24. So I'll keep on going slow for a few more of these. And you can see as I'm moving down the chains I'm doing, I'm moving my fingers to hold it. So that's how I think you get it. The best way to control it is you're always keeping a hold of your work as close as you can to the crochet needle. And some of these, with these bigger hooks, sometimes it's hard to get them in the, in the hole. Like that. Again, you go in the next chain. Should use my smaller crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. Get my yarn to loosen up a little bit here. Okay. And for some reason, it's the hardest. I think almost it's the hardest to go through a single thing of chains because they're harder to go through when you go through a regular single crochet because you're only going through one of the loops. Let me know if I need to do something slow down or if I need to get closer or what would help you guys best. Just let me know. Oh, Shell posted it. Okay, Kiki, I posted it as a comment under Laurel's video. And Kiki said, it's beautiful.
Awesome. Way to go, Shell. I can't wait to go see it.
Me too. How long have you been crocheting, Shell? Have you been crocheting a while? Do you know all the main stitches and stuff? Come on, get through. That last one's a little bit tight. Okay. So now we have 25 of the chains and then we did 24 single crochets across. Okay. So now we got a thing that looks kind of like a slug or a worm or whatever. Okay. So this is by far the easiest rows I've ever done. The easiest rolled rows. There's a lot of harder ones to do, which feel free to do that if you like, but this is the easiest one and it also makes the smallest roses. And I like the smaller ones. I don't like, I mean, I like the bigger ones for like hats and stuff, but yeah. So the next thing you do when you're at the end, you do the final single crochet. Then you chain 1, which means yarn over and pull through the loop. That's it. That's chain 1. And then what you do is you flip your work over. You turn it around. So now my work is turned this way. Okay. You get that? It's turned
What?
this way. What?
Oh, I got it. It's just slow. It's just a delay from what you're saying. All right.
Okay. So turn this way. Okay. And now we're going to do double crochets because we're going to be making the petals like you did, like these fan stitch you did on the top. Okay. Petal stitch. So what we're doing for the double crochet is we are going to yarn over before we even go in any loops. And then the second chain, the first double crochet, but it's the second stitch from the hook because we did that one extra chain at the end. So in that first double crochet, we're going to go in there, which means, see the double crochet, there's 2 loops
The
right
single
here.
crochet.
Or sorry, single crochet. There's these 2 loops right here and you go under both of them. So we're going to, again, we have it yarned over first and then we stick the the needle or the crochet hook in there, and it goes, see how you can see, goes under both loops. And then you yarn over, grab the yarn, and you pull back through that. So now you pulled the yarn under that. So now you got 3 loops on the hook. And the double crochet is again yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Just like or Laurel showed you a bunch of times, okay? So again, and we're going to do 5 double crochets in this one
Oh, and that one
chain
little hole?
right here.
Okay.
One little hole, okay?
All right.
So 5 of them. So yarn over, go back in the same hole you did the first double crochet. We yarn over, pull through, then we have 3 loops on the hook, then we pull through 2, and we pull through 2. Okay, and again, yarn over, go through the first stitch, pull through, and then pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2,
Hi, Antoinette.
pull through 2. Okay, so now we got 3, so we got 2 more. Yarn over, go into the first stitch, we yarn over again, pull through, and then we got 3 loops, yarn over again, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, yarn over again, and also you can keep on scooting your work over by pulling it over. Okay, yarn over, go in through the first stitch, and yarn over again, pull through, then you got 3 loops, and then you yarn over again, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so once you've done 5 double crochets, then and then you need to pull it over because you need to be able to see the next stitch, the next single crochet. And so that's right here. So I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I go under, I don't yarn over anything. All I do is I go under that stitch, which is just like that, and I yarn over and I pull the yarn through. So now I got 2 loops, but I keep that yarn on the hook part, and then I pull through the loop. So now I only have 1 loop, so I just pull through the loop. That's a slip stitch. Okay, and so now we're going to do 5 more double crochets into the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to do yarn over, and then we're going to go into the next stitch. We go through the next stitch, which is right here, and then we yarn over again, pull the yarn through. Now we got 3 loops, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2, another double crochet. And we are going to do 5 of those. So that's what it looks like. Yarn over, going, and you're doing 5 in the same exact stitch. That's how we're going to make it a rolled rose. So again, a double crochet is you
Yay,
yarn
Antoinette.
over.
Antoinette says she's crocheting as well.
Oh, awesome, Antoinette. Antoinette, oh my gosh, your work is just gorgeous. I saw the beautiful doily page that you made for Kim Angel Dream Crafts. What's it called? Challenge or whatever. And oh man, girl, we need to swap one of these days. I would love to swap with you. I love other people's crochet work. So
Oh, so
1,
do
2,
I.
3, 4, 5. I would love to swap with other ladies and trade crochet work.
Rose says, Dear Ciara, now I am really lost again, but it's not you. It's just silly me.
Oh no, why are you lost? Where are you at, Rose?
Rose, if all else fails, we can always get on Skype or Hangouts one day, not on live, and just sit and go over and practice the stitches, and I can watch what you're doing, or me and Ciara can be on and watch what you're doing, and we can show you them right there face to face and teach you how to do this so you can get
Yeah.
crocheting.
We can do it at your time. So once you have the 5 double crochets again in that one stitch, you're going to go into the next stitch. And again, you go under the stitch and you do a slip stitch. So you just pull the yarn through and then you pull it through the loop on the hook, and that's a slip stitch. And we are going to do 3 more of these 5 double crochet petals. So it's 5 double crochet petals, slip stitch, 5 double crochet petals, slip stitch. So that's how the pattern works, okay?
All right.
So we yarn over again, and we're going into making our third petal, and we pull through 2, yarn over again, go through the hole, grab the yarn, and then you grab the yarn again, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the hole, grab the yarn, and then you pull through 2, yarn over, go into the hole, yarn over again and grab the yarn, then yarn over again, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta do one more double crochet, and we're all doing these. These are all going into the same hole, same stitch. Yarn over, go under, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through 2, pull through 2. I need to grab some more yarn. Oh no, I got a knot.
So how many of the how many of the double crochet 5 stitches should there be? 5? So I need
5,
to do 2 more after this one?
3, yeah, 5. There's 5 total. And
All
then,
right.
so now I did 5. So now I'm going to go into the next stitch. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I just leave I don't yarn over, nothing. I just go into the slip stitch, grab the yarn over, pull through, and then I pull through again. I just pull through the stitch. So that's a slip stitch. Okay. And then to the next stitch, we're going to do again 5 more double crochets. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull through. Now we got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, goes into the same exact stitch, yarn over again, pull through, and then you got 3 loops, and you pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and each time you're pulling through, you yarn over first, pull through 2. Okay, so last time I'll show you this double crochet. Yarn over, go into the hole, the same stitch, yarn over again, pull through. Now you got 3 loops on the hook. You yarn over again, and you pull through 2 loops, and then you yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. So that's double crochet. So now I have 1, 2, 3. I need to do 2 more. So there's 4, 5. What's going on with my yarn? It's all tangled up here. Okay. And then I need to go into the next stitch, and I can pull this over, go into the next stitch, and I do a slip stitch. Okay. Now I need to do one more with the 5 double crochets. 1,
So I've got my 5 done. Do I slip
okay,
stitch again at the end of the
2,
5?
yeah, 3,
I like this. This is something new for
4.
me. I haven't made one of these yet, so
Yeah, they're cute. 5. Okay, and then at the end of that I slip stitch into the next chain, or next for single crochet. Okay, so now we got 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 double crochet petals. Now we are going to make a smaller petal. So we are going to do 4 half double crochet petals. So half double crochet, that's what I'm going to show you now. So you yarn over just like a double crochet, go into the next stitch. Again, you go under the stitch,
oh
you
wait, I missed
yarn
you.
over
What are we doing now? I was
half
reading
double
the
crochet.
comments. Oh, half double crochets? Okay. So it's
Okay,
yarn over, go through, and pull through all 3, right?
yeah. Well, you yarn over. Sorry, let me go back. So you yarn over, go into the next stitch, you yarn over again. So now you got 3 loops on the hook, and to do a half double, all you do is you yarn over again, and then you pull through all 3.
All right.
So I know it's usually pull through 2, but now it's pull through 3. So see, this is going to get a little bit confusing because I know Laurel said you always pull through 2, but a half double is when you pull through all 3. So yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over again. So now you got 3 loops on your hook, and you yarn over again, and you pull through all 3. Simple,
How many are we
easy.
doing into that same stitch?
So 5.
5.
So now we got 1, 2, 3. Yarn over again, pull through all 3. Okay, 4, yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over again, pull through, and then yarn over again and pull through all 3. So that's 5. That's 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can scoot that over, and then in the next stitch over, you do a slip stitch. You guessed it, a slip stitch. Okay, yarn over, go into the next stitch, and we're going to do some more half double crochets. So yarn over again, pull through 3. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go into for that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Why my yarn keeps on getting tangled up? So now I got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull through, yarn over again, pull through all 3. That's 5. Then we're going to do a slip stitch. We just leave it like this. We go into the next stitch,
Hold on.
yarn over, and do a slip stitch. What?
All right, hold on. My yarn is so small. I'm trying to stay caught up here. So let me get my slip stitch. So how many are we doing? 5 of these as well?
No, we're only doing 4 of these.
All right.
So I've only done 2 so far. So yarn over, and now, so we did the slip stitch, and now we're moving on to the next petal of half double crochets. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull through. So you got 3 loops on, yarn over again, pull through all 3. And you do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, you pull it over and you go into the next stitch and you do a slip stitch, which means you go under that stitch, you grab the yarn, you pull it through, and then you pull it through the loop on the hook. Slip stitch. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll need one more half double crochet petal. So yarn over again, go into the next stitch, and do another 5 half double crochets into that one stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And so now you go into the next stitch, which is right here, and you do another slip stitch. So now what we have here, and I know this is all rolled up and it's because it's already forming itself. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet petals. So those are what those are, the 5. And then we have 1, 2, or sorry, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the half double crochets petals. Okay. We did a slip stitch at the end. So now the last stitch we're going to do is it's just a single crochet. So we just go straight into the next stitch, just like the slip stitch, but this is just single crochet. So we go straight into the next stitch, go under the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then you got 2 loops on the hook, yarn over again, and pull through 2. Okay, and you do that 5 times into the same stitch. So you go into the hole,
Rose
yarn
is
over,
like,
pull
look
through.
at Ciara go. She's on a roll.
Yeah.
You've become like speed demon. I can't even keep up.
Really? I'm going
Yeah, you're
so
like all of a
slow.
sudden you're like, okay, go through the whole one, go through 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, go to the next one. Slip stitch. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even keep up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go slow here.
I'm like, you were fine. And then all of a sudden it was, you got a little faster and a little faster and a little faster. I was just like, I'm over here trying to whip it out and it's just not working. And
Okay.
Rose says to say, wow, Laurel, this will be so awesome. My own 2 teachers. Oh,
Yeah, I think
poor
Laurel
guy.
must be a better teacher than I am, though.
I know it's
So,
hard when when you're trying to just do it to explain it and then just go really slow. I know it can be hard to do that.
yeah. So are you on your single crochets yet?
Yes, I've started my first one. So I've got 1, 2, oh, single crochet, Laurel. Don't yarn over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And how many times are we doing that?
Okay. So, and then into the next stitch, you do a slip stitch just like before.
All right.
Okay. And it's either, so 1, 2, 3. So you do 3 of those. I believe that's what will fit on
All right.
here.
All right.
So we are going into the next stitch and we're going to do 5 single crochets into the next stitch. So there's 1, go through, pull through, 2 loops, then you pull through those 2 loops. So we got 2 stitches, go in, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops, and then you yarn over again and you pull through those 2 loops. That's 3 single crochets. Again, go back into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, got 2 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through those two loops. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to do one more. So we go back into the same stitch, we grab the yarn again and pull through, and now we got 2 loops, and we grab the yarn again and pull through those 2 loops. So that's 5 single crochets, and then again the next stitch you will do a slip stitch, which means you go under the single crochet, you pull the yarn through and then pull it through that loop that was left on the hook. So that's a slip stitch. And then we will do one more petal of the single crochets, and so you just do 5 single crochets in this next stitch. So you go into the next stitch, under it, it's going to start getting a little bit tight, and you
Yeah, it's like
yarn
super
over,
tight. I'm lucky I can make
pull
it to the
through,
end here.
and then you pull through the 2. So you go into the stitch, pull through 2. Go into the stitch, pull through 2. Go into the stitch, pull through 2. Okay, so now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just need one more into the stitch, pull through 2. And then you should have one stitch
I
remaining. And in
don't.
that stitch,
That means I skipped a stitch somewhere that I didn't see because I don't have 1 stitch remaining.
oh, well, it doesn't really matter anyways. Just you can just grab on anything. See this little loop at the end? You can just
Yeah.
do a slip stitch through that one. So you go through the last remaining stitch, you go under it, and it's really, really, really tight, ladies. So kind of just pull it through
Yeah, it is super
that,
tight. All right. I did
and if you
it.
have it, pull through, and slip stitch, okay? And then what I do is I leave a little loop right here, okay, at the top, and then I cut my string like that. And then what I do is I take my tail and I go, you know, in the loop and I grab my tail and I pull it through the loop, just like a slip knot. And then I pull through, and that's my knot right there to keep it tight, okay? Um, so now this is what we got. This is what it looks like, okay? So you start with the smallest stitches by rolling it because the smallest ones are in the beginning. And what you do is you turn it backwards actually. It makes the rows look better. So you turn it so the stitches are backwards like this. And then you will fold this in half and then you just start rolling it around. You just roll it around. So the petals are just folding around it. We're just going to keep on rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. Okay, you just kind of mess with it a little bit to make it look pretty. And then that is your flower, ladies. It's a
Oh,
rolled
look at it. I
rose.
made a little tiny flower. I made a baby flower, except mine's coming apart because it's so small. Let's try this again.
And then you can glue them afterwards.
Right?
And then you just glue it just like a regular rolled rose. See, like, so this was just 2 gauges difference, and see how much bigger this one is than this one. That was just a 2 gauge difference. So I mean, it's needles and crochet hooks. It really is just preference, and you kind of just gotta see what you like and do what you like, and you'll get it. So
Okay, let's flip
that's
to me so I can show my tiny little one.
okay.
As soon as
So
I can
here's
get it to stay together here. So tiny.
yeah, those ones aren't as easy. They don't just lay right.
No, it's not just going to lay. I'm going to have to hold it and
You're gonna
show
have
it
to
to
glue
them.
it or sew it together.
All right, guys, want to see my teeny little baby flowers? First, I got to roll it up a sec. Hold on a sec. Let me roll it.
Oh, thanks, Rose. I'm gonna make sure to send you these.
All right. So now you can tell just the difference in size from mine to Ciara's. Look at my baby little rose. I could barely hold it in my fingers. It's such a baby little flower.
I know, I
But
love
it'll be
making them really
pretty
big.
when it's glued together. Or I might actually sew it together just because I think it'll look nicer. But that is my teeny tiny little rose. I can't even hold it because it's so small. I don't want it to come apart. But look at how teeny that is compared to the one that Ciara did. That was really hard to make one that small. But it was super pretty. And so you could actually let it loosen up a little bit. Just
Yeah,
a pretty little
yeah.
flower. Isn't that pretty? I'll be
Yeah.
making a bunch of these little pretty little
Thanks.
things. I was going to use
Yeah.
another word. So that's that. So see, look at the difference in size just from this needle to where's my other needle? I've lost my needle. Oh well. Oh, right here. From this size to this size. You see
Yeah.
that? And then you get this to this. Look at that. Look at the difference. But that is a gorgeous little flower.
Hi, Deanna.
Thank you, Deanna.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I'm going to have a wonky flower for my wonky doily. Thank you, Antoinette. See, she's like, Rose put, Ciara, dear, don't worry about it. You do start slow, then you forget that you have a slow student, and before you know it, you're on your way. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. Thank you, Deanna. Yeah, I love this little bitty flower. I mean, this is going to be perfect on projects. And I think I'm actually going to take some deep purple thread and sew it together. That way I don't have to put glue on it and you won't see it. It's just a very pretty little tiny little flower. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
It's
super
like a
cute.
perfect little bitty itty bitty flower. You can make them in all different colors and
Oh, thanks, Aunt Deanna. Yeah, they're fun to make. And this is the simplest rose there is to make. There's a lot more challenging ones that are
Exactly,
bigger.
Rose. That'll look pretty. Now, if you guys would like, being as this is a free site that I got the picture from, if you would like me to post this on my page or in one of the groups for you ladies, I can, because it is a free site. It is a free picture. So of a doily, if you guys want to practice making it, if you understand it.
What did Shell say?
She said, wow, I didn't make the rose as the only that I only have wool and it would turn out massive.
Oh, yeah.
Deanna's like, was going to say something, Rose, like she lost her train of thought. I can't even talk today. Do we have time? Do you want to show our stuff that we made, Ciara? It's up to
I
you.
have to go. I have a really bad toothache.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye, guys. I don't know. Laura will probably stay on and hang out with you guys and show you what she made. I got a really bad toothache, so I'm gonna try to do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
Thank you, Miss Ciara. Talk
all
to you
right.
soon.
Bye,
Bye. Feel
lovelies.
better.
Thank you so much
All right, guys,
for.
I'm going to stay because I'm going to show you a couple of things that I finished that we've been working on. So I'm going to stay and show them to you. Of course, I don't understand. You don't understand the crocheting, Rose? Oh, you don't understand the pattern? Yeah, it's kind of hard, but once I think I'll kind of make a diagram like this. I actually there are diagrams out there you can pull up that says USA crochet stitches. So like the circles always mean a chain stitch. X's usually mean a single crochet. The long T with one line is a double crochet. And if you see a long T with two lines, that would be a triple crochet. So there are diagrams out there that tell you exactly what these pictures mean. Like I said, I learned by reading the stitches out of a book. Ciara prefers diagrams. I prefer to read what I need to do. It just works better for me. That's how I learned. So I don't mind the diagrams, but I prefer to have it tell me what I need to do as I'm going. To explain patterns, that's my next teach myself. What do you mean by explaining patterns? Shall give me a little more information what you're talking about. Are you talking about like the different stitches, like different patterns? Explain a little more about what you want, because I can certainly do that. Yeah, that's a good idea, Antoinette. I do the same thing. I like to add different colors to mine when I make stuff. And that's how I bring in another color. Like I like to, just the stuff I was making when I was younger, I was experimenting a lot. So I used to do that a lot. All right, Shell, I'll wait for you to explain what you want me to do a video on. All right, I'm going to show you guys. I know the first thing we had made, I'm still reading the chat, but I want to show you while I'm doing this. The first thing we had made, we were working on keepsake boxes. And Ciara was actually working on her flowers, and I actually have, here's my flowers from Rose. I actually have all my flowers in here that I work on. So they are all inside this, my little keepsake box. So I keep them in here. But this is the keepsake box we were working on, and I have actually finished mine. I actually took this beautiful paper and covered all the way around the box. Oh, my flowers are going to fall out. Hold on a sec, guys. I don't want the flowers to fall out, so let me put the lid on a second. But I want to be able to show you. So I took this paper that I had and just glued it onto the box. And then I took this gorgeous purple distress oxide or distress ink from Tim Holtz. Let me find it and I'll show it to you. Sorry, my desk is a mess, but I got a bunch of projects I'm working on right now. This gorgeous purple right here. And I did it all around the edges of the top of the box and all around the edges of the bottom of the box. And then on the front, I added some stencils that I cut out. This one says love. I wonder if this will make it easier if I turn on the light. Let me see a sec. Not really. All right, let's turn the light back off. I don't know why it seems so bright in here. But I did this stencil, and then I did a little doily, and then I did a paper flower on top of the doily, which I really loved this idea. And then all the way around it, I took a stencil and I used modeling paste and made this picture all the way around the box. I think it's two different pictures, this one and this one. And then I just, when it dried, I took this and kind of went over it to give it the color, which I really love the way this box turned out. And then on the top of my box, I put a flower with a butterfly, and then some more doilies with some more paper flowers, which I just think look really pretty. And then I took the purple distress ink around these edges as well. And then on the side, I had this beautiful, dark, gorgeous paper with these words in it. And that was my that's my keepsake box, and I really like the way it turned out. So I like to keep all my flowers in there and stuff that I'm working on, or that I have from people or that I made. So that's the finished box. And it's actually, I actually love the little box. It's actually perfect. Let me read what you're saying. So let's see. Yes, USA are totally different from the UK. You just explained a lot already. Oh, thank you, Shell. I'm like you. I like to read what I need to do. Yes, exactly, Shell. That's the way I learned, was reading out of a book. I don't know how people that have never crocheted can look at this and figure out what it's telling them, not knowing that they can go search for, you know, the explanation of the stitches. But even then, it's kind of hard. I like when something tells me chain too. I know what a chain is. We all learn chains in school. So, and then when it says, you know, yarn over, and you can pretty much kind of figure that out. Thank you, Antoinette. Okay, the next thing we finished that I'm going to show you is the doily books. We were working on doily books, so I'm going to show you that. And I know there's one other thing we were working on. What was it? Was the boxes, the doily book, and something else. So I actually finished my doily book, so I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is my first page. I actually used the doilies that Rose gave me and the wonderful gift she sent me. And one thing I did on this that's different than what everybody else has done is I added paper to mine. Paper images. I don't know, for some reason, I have these gorgeous books and I found these paper images, and I like to do things different than everybody else does. So I thought it would be pretty for my first one. I mean, this is my first try at this, to add some paper images to it. And I tried to do each page in a different color. So these images came from Ciara. So I did use those. And then I used some doilies from what Rose gave me and some appliques, and just kind of added them. And then I added some different dangle trims in here. This is all from Rose as well. And then I put in little pieces of like lace and stuff around it. So that's my first page. Thank you, Rose. All right, so then this is the second page. And I decided to put words on it as well. And I just wrote out the words. I mean, I like it, but I think I would like the printed words. So again, I just used pieces of appliques and another image and just put little trims around it. And this little gorgeous piece of an applique. It's really pretty. It's just one little flower. And I didn't add any dangles on this side of the page because they're on this side. So then we move to page 3, which is in a green. And I distressed the edges of this in a green. And then again, I added this gorgeous image of this old barn, which I just thought was so pretty. And then again, I have some more appliques and some trims that I built up. And this is a piece of filigree that I covered with gesso and then used green distress ink. So that's page 3. And then I just have some little pieces of some gorgeous lace hanging out over here. And I did add some dangles in here in different spots. So there's 2 there. And then this page is done in like a burnt orange color. And I thought this picture fit, and I just wrote Sunshine Kisses. And then again, I added some lights and darks to kind of offset and make it pop a little bit. And then I took part of this gorgeous little farmhouse picture, which I think is so pretty. And I just thought it fit in here perfectly. And again, I just did it in paper. I didn't put it on fabric paper, just regular paper, and added little pieces of doilies and appliques and just kind of tuck stuff in here and there. I just wanted my first one to be simple because I haven't made one before, and we all know that this is my favorite page. Let me get in the camera. This one's got this gorgeous, beautiful purple flowers all done in paper. And then I added some filigree, they're like corner pieces, and I did them in gesso, and then the purple distress ink. And then I added these beautiful purple little flowers, and it's also sitting on a piece of filigree. So I kind of added flowers and metals and papers all together I just thought it fit well. And then added some more appliques and stuff. And this is like a lace trim, a crochet lace trim. I kind of had it sticking out on the side. I kind of liked that. And I know you guys are seeing purple, but this is a gorgeous, or blue, this is a gorgeous purple. And then the next page is kind of in a yellows and greens. And I thought this was pretty. And I thought this picture with these birds, these little birds, was beautiful. And I thought it just made the page look really pretty. And then I added these gorgeous yellow flowers and some more appliques, and it's sitting on like a pink heart. Again, just simple, but for my first one, I kind of like it. And then the last page, I did a blue page. And it's got this gorgeous basket of these spring flowers. And then I kind of added some flowers in here. And then some more of these gorgeous appliques. And I just think it turned out really pretty. And then the last page, and this is going to be quite a shocker, is this very bright purple that says Handmade with Love by Laurel Nakutis. That's me. And then I just added some little flowers and stuff that I made and some more dangles. And then I used some yarns, as Ciara calls them, fibers, for to hold it together here. I used 3 different ones. They're all super soft. And then I kind of added some dangles to them, a little purse and a little umbrella and a little thing that says treasures. And that is my doily book. And this is actually going to somebody, so that's why the tag is on there. So that's my doily book. And I know there was something else that we were working on that I wanted to show you guys. And for some reason, I cannot think of what it is. I know we keep telling you guys we'll come back and, oh, my snippet roll. That's what it is. You guys want to see my snippet roll? Thank you, Shell. Thank you, Deanna. You guys want to see my snippet roll real quick before I go? I haven't done anything to the top or the bottom yet. But again, this is thank you, Rose. This is actually my first snippet roll as well. I haven't made one of these before. I did have this gorgeous piece of wood that came off of like this ribbon, and it was a really sturdy piece of wood. So I just took some cardboard and made the caps and put it on here. And then I used a piece of sheer curtain for my roll. And then on the end, I made this bowl. This is actually my first bowl I made. It's not my best one, but it fits on this project perfectly. So, and then I use this beautiful sheer purple for the tie. So I know it's not going to look like everybody else's snippet rolls, but it is my first one, and I really like how it turned out. It does need a few charms added to it, but let me see if I can move some stuff out of the way. So it goes like this, and it opens up. So you can see my roll. And then I took 2 pieces, and in between them, I put in some crocheted trim so that it doesn't show. I wanted it hidden, so I put it in between the 2 pieces of cardboard. And then this, like I said, this is really sturdy. And then I used the sheer piece and I made it about 2 feet long. So then it opens up. And for some reason, mine turned out to be like all flowers. So the first one, I used some doilies and just, I made a little, this is like a little shabby rolled flower. And then I just kind of put in little pieces of snippets of material around. And then this one, I used a half a piece of crocheted thing that I had. And there's another little snippet. And I just made a fan shape out of this. I'm not even sure what to call this. I know what this is, but I don't know what it's called. It's like underneath dresses. It's really soft. And then under that is a flower. See, you can see it there. And then some purple up in here. So I kind of just added snippets of stuff as I went along. Some scrap pieces of a curtain and a little applique, and then a half moon doily. And then underneath you can see there's purple under here and another flower. And then this gorgeous white flower. And I kind of just went along. And then this one is some more appliques with some little snippet pieces of just extras that I had laying around. And this little purple piece with this beautiful little flower and this big pink flower. See, it turned into almost like all flowers. And then you move up, something came off. And then you move across and it's got like pieces of yarn. And I just took like scraps and made them into a flower and then put a little doily in the center and then another piece of an applique. And then underneath, you can see there's more like snippets of pieces of material and trims. And then you move over here. I think this one belongs right here, which I'm going to glue it down right now. I don't know why it came up. Get out my handy fabric tack. And we are going to glue it right there. Just little snippet pieces. And then I took like some burlap and a part of a pink doily and made a bow. And then I put in some, just like some fibers of some cheesecloth and then another applique underneath. And I just kept going with that. Here again, I made another flower and added some burlap and a piece of a doily and a piece of trim. And then underneath, there's all kinds of stuff. And I just kind of kept going with just layering all different stuff on here. And then this one, which is just little pieces of snippets. And I thought that, and then a piece of this gorgeous crocheted trim on the end. So I thought, if anything, this is my first one, and it's not, you know, it's not the greatest one, and I'll learn as I go. But I think if I need stuff for projects, you can just snip this off and use it. So it can be used for projects, all this little stuff on when you're making collages or fabric books or anything. You would just cut off, you know, the pieces that you want and take them out and put them on a project. So that is my first snippet roll. And like I said, I haven't done anything to the top or the bottom. I'm still learning on this. So, but you don't know until you start making one and try it. You'll never learn until you actually sit down and do it. I've only seen one other snippet before. So, and I'm not one that likes to, I get inspiration from others, but I see things completely different than everybody does. So I try to do things completely different. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to figure out my style on something, but definitely making a first one and getting it going helps a lot. So I kind of have a base idea now of what it is. Thank you, Deanna. All right, so that's it, ladies. So that's my snippet roll. Let me see if there's anything in chat I missed. I want to make sure I didn't think that's it. All right, ladies, so that is it. That's all I have for you today. I want to thank you guys for coming and watching me and Ciara today, and we hope you learned something as far as crocheting goes. We will come on and do some more. If you guys would like us to do some more, like I said, I may come on and just do some shares and show pictures and then what the stitch looks like for any of those that want to learn. It's kind of nice to learn, if you have to follow a diagram, what all those stitches mean. You like the layering, Rose? Thank you. Thank you, Antoinette. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot of this. My crafting style is very old and completely different than everybody else's. So I'm trying to learn that less is more, and it's really hard for me because I like to add a lot of detail and everything to my projects, which I will get back to making some of my own kind of projects again. But I've really gotten into all this shabby chic and mixed media and all that stuff, and I'm having so much stuff making stuff. It's hard to stop and go back the other direction. Um, so yeah, we will be coming on and doing some more with you guys. Like I said, just leave a comment or anything, or even post it in one of the groups or on my page. If there's something you guys want to see, let us know. We'll be happy to do it for you. If there's something I don't know, I will let you know. But like I said, I know a lot of stuff when it comes to crafting. I've been doing it a long time, and I kind of did a little bit of everything. So um, I want to thank all you guys for coming and spending the time with us today. It was a lot of fun. I actually learned something new. I learned how to make a rolled rose. So any day I can learn something new is a good day for me. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and Ciara Mcinerny's channel. That is my BFF who we usually go live with together. I will put a link to her YouTube in the description box below of this video. And don't forget, ladies, get out there and create something. And I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.